Robin was a very rich businessman. Once a gangster toonie warned him and demanded $1 million from him. Robin refused to give money. So the next day, at night, when Robin was coming back to his house, suddenly a man came on a bike and started firing on Robin's car. Robin's car was bulletproof, so he remained safe. He sped up his car, but unfortunately, he was met with a car accident and got admitted into the hospital. Traffic police came to know about the incident. The police officer had doubt on 3 people, as their cars were looking accidental. He stopped them and inquired from them where they are coming. One said, "I was coming from my office." One said, "I was coming from the party, and I do not know anything regarding the car accident." One said, "I was coming from the restaurant." So, can you tell who is telling a lie? The answer is, the second person is telling a lie, as the traffic police did not even mention regarding the car accident. But he said that he does not know anything regarding the accident, which means he must be telling a lie. Robin filed a fur against the shooter. Police started investigating, and after some days, the inspector found 3 suspects. He inquired from them what they were doing on that night. One said that I was coming from the airport. One said that I was coming from the bank as I went there to open a bank account. One said that I was out of the state on that day, and I just came today. So can you tell who is the shooter? The answer is, the second person is the shooter, as he said he went to the bank to open a new account. But how can he do so, as it was night, which means there would be no staff at that time who could open his account. At night, he can only use the ATM, so it means that he is the shooter. The inspector tortured him and inquired from him why he did so. He said he was being directed by his boss, and he did as he was directed. He gave the address of his boss. The inspector immediately reached there, but there was a lock at the entrance. There was an equation on the door, and if anyone wants to open the door, he must prove the equation true. But the condition was, only 2 matchsticks can be moved. 9 plus 4 equals 7. So can you tell which 2 matchsticks the inspector has to move to prove the equation true? The answer is, first he has to take 1 matchstick from the left side of the 4 and need to join it to the top of the 4. And then he has to take another matchstick from the top of the 9 and join it to the bottom of the 4. By doing this, the 9 will become 4 and the 4 will become 3. So by adding both, he will get 7. The inspector entered into the house and arrested Tony, as Tony was a very dangerous gangster, so he was sent to a station where there was only 1 prison, which is only for 1 prisoner. Tony bribed 1 police officer there, and that officer let him run from the prison. Next day, the inspector came to know about this thing. The inspector had doubt on 4 officers who were in the station on that night. One officer said that I was in the washroom. I don't know who helped him. One said that I was giving food to the prisoners. One said I was having dinner at that time. One said that I was patrolling at that time. After listening to all, the inspector immediately came to know who is telling a lie. So can you tell who is? The answer is, the second officer who said I was giving food to the other prisoners is telling a lie, as there was only 1 prison and only 1 prisoner was in the jail, and it was Tony himself, so how can the officer give food to the other prisoners? The officer disclosed the information about Tony to the inspector. Inspector sent Tony's information to all the stations, and after some days, he came to know that he has been seen in the city. So the inspector sent his 1 new secret agent to find Tony. The officer has never seen Tony before, so he was provided with Tony's photo. He went to the city. Tony saw him and found something suspicious about the officer. so he decided to leave the place. The officer was not sure that whether the person is Tony or not, as Tony has changed his looks, but he also started following him, and he saw him entering into a garment shop. He also entered into the shop, but there were 4 customers in the shop, and the problem was that he was not sure about the person, but despite this, he arrested him. Can you tell why? The answer is, look at the other 4 customers in the shop, and 2 of them are standing in the line for the billing, which means they are done with the shopping, so they can't be Tony, and the lady at the right is still looking for the dress. Now, the person who is standing at the left, and he is not doing anything, he is just standing there, and he looks agitated, so it means he is Tony.